Hello everyone. I jumped on when I could, okay? I know I set it for 8:30, but I did let people know earlier in my live stream that I did need to sort my little boy out for bed. So I did set it for 5 to 9, but I've jumped on a few minutes early because he's all sorted out now. So apologies for that. Most of you are aware, but some of you might not be, that I am a mother and a carer to my child. So the family has to always come first, guys. I hope you understand that. Okay, 141 people watching now. We covered this morning's proceedings and we haven't yet covered this afternoon's. I know a lot of you will already know what's happened, but some of you won't. And even if you do know, I'm going to give you my take on what's happened this afternoon. Some more information's come out. This is getting more and more bizarre. We knew it was going to be a whitewash, and this is getting more and more. I smell bullshit here. I'm sorry to swear, but this is really making me angry now. Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you to our lovely members who support our bunnies. Anybody can join the membership if you want, or you can donate to the bunnies. You can send stuff for them. You can help out any way you want. I don't take anything for myself here. I never have done, and I never will. Okay, right then. Welcome all our members and our moderators. So we're going to get back onto this. Now, we left it at lunchtime at 1 p.m. today, but a lot has happened since then. And my big concern is this man in black. Now, I haven't seen all of the details. I've seen some of them from this afternoon. I had to take some time out this afternoon because obviously I've been live 3 times today. 3 times. This will be my 3rd time, so I am a little bit behind on what's happened this afternoon. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to where we left it off. So it resumed again at 2 o'clock, and the next update was at 19 minutes past 2 this afternoon. So if you missed this morning's coverage, just very, very briefly, they said that Nicola died of drowning, that she would have died after 2 breaths of water, that she... We've got trolls in the house, so if anyone can just get rid of them, that would be great. I've already done the slow mode. Right, okay. I'm not going to suffer fools and idiots in the chat. Okay. We're going to continue. We've got 226 people watching. We have 34 likes. Please hit the like if you enjoy the content. It does help me out. Okay, if we've got moderators in, if we've got idiots in, just block them. I'm not in the mood. Okay. Right then. Hello, David. Hello, everyone coming in. Sam has joined the membership. Thank you so much. I know that you were gifted some the other day as well. Okay, so we're going to go back through the timeline and we're going to start where we left off. Okay, so the next update that we had was at 4:19, and it is after lunch, and it goes on to say Nicola Bulley's body may have sunk. Okay, I'm not going to read chat now. Okay, so I'm trusting the moderators to keep an eye on chat. So if you're talking to me, I might miss you. Okay. So body may have sunk under the surface of the river after she fell in. An underwater search expert has said. So may have sunk under the surface. I find that strange, but there you go. Dr. Lorna Denningson Wilkins. So we've got another doctor here now. Told the inquest in Preston that Nikki might have had some buoyancy in her clothing. Okay. Which would have dispelled. It seems to me that they're just changing the science to suit whatever bullshit they want to come out with. That's just my opinion. Sorry for swearing, but this is very frustrating, as you can imagine. It goes on. Once that happened, she would have lost buoyancy and her body would have sunk under the surface. How can you sink under the surface? Sinking means to the bottom. So are they saying that she sunk just under the surface so you couldn't see her? They're trying to make excuses on why nobody's seen Nicola. Yes, Jim, this is my latest live. Okay. Um, under the surface, that's my assessment. So now what they're going to try and do now, they're going to try and suit the narrative. So they're now saying there was no foul play. So again, for those of you that are coming in that might have missed this morning's live stream, or you might have been to work and you don't know anything what's happened today. A quick recap: they said there was no third party involvement, that Nicola hadn't come to any harm, even though she had significant bruises on her body. She had a cut on her chin, and there was a man dressed in black, apparently nearby. All right. Yeah, just hide them. I know who's doing it. They're just jealous idiots. All right. Okay, so the next one was at 2:30. Nothing of concern. By the way, if Sharon comes in, hello, someone. If Sharon comes in, um, we'll get her on. So Sharon was at the inquest today. If anyone comes in mentioning plague and bunny rabbits, just block. Don't time out, just block. Okay. So they said that she had bruising, that she had mottled skin, that she had a cut on her chin, and she'd not come to any harm, is what they said. Oh, she wasn't drinking alcohol, but alcohol had appeared in her blood because of bacteria. Go figure. Okay. It says that a mother who bumped into Nicola on the morning of her disappearance said there was nothing of concern. Kay Keenan, a receptionist, told the inquest that she spoke to Miss Bulley. Remember, all the people that seen her are not really independent witnesses, are they? Come on, let's be. They all know each other, or they're all related to each other. Excuse me. Oh, thank you, Una. Thank you, darling. That's very kind. Thank you so much. It says she said she was not happy. Right. She said she was not happy, but who is on a Friday morning school run? Well, that's a bit of a strange thing to say, because it doesn't mean that you're not happy. It just means you're not beaming, but doesn't mean you're not happy. Thank you for that, sweetheart. It's very kind. It goes on. She wasn't sad, just how I normally knew her. So she's saying that she wasn't happy, but she wasn't sad. We don't know yet, Isabella love. We're waiting for tomorrow. All we know is that she drowned. Okay. Hello, Nicola love. Hello, everybody. Miss Keenan went on. There was nothing of concern. So I think that they're going to go for an accident now. I did think they were going to go with suicide, but now, hello, Jane, darling. Got some trolls in, sweetheart. A woman has described the moment that she discovered Nicola Bulley's phone and dog, Willow. So is this our Penny? Yeah, it is. Penny Fletcher, who runs a nearby campsite. Someone said to me that Penny wasn't asked to give evidence. She apparently was. Told the inquest, I saw a Springer Spaniel loose. It was near the bench and going right towards the river where it drops down very steeply. I would say it was acting chaotic at all. I wouldn't say, sorry, my apologies. Penny went on, I wouldn't say that the dog was acting chaotic at all. It was a bit giddy, yes. Okay, this is Penny Fletcher now. Excuse me. I'm not ignoring you guys. I just want to focus on this. So if you're talking to me, I'm so sorry. I'm not purposely ignoring anybody. I want to crack on with this. And also there'll be people coming in after who just want to know what's going on, and they don't want to hear me talking to chat. So just bear with me, guys. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I just want to focus on getting this out. Miss Fletcher, this is strange to have a Ms, somebody in their 80s, but there you go. Found the phone as well as a dog harness and tied Willow to the bench. Now, where was the phone? Because we were first told it was on the floor. Then we were told earlier it was on the bench. And now it just says found the phone. Where was the phone? She later found out it was Miss Bulley's dog and heard that she had gone missing. Now, this doesn't make any sense now, okay? Because she said that she knew it was her because she recognised the dog. Now, Penny knew Nicola from walking the dogs in the morning. So this again doesn't make much sense. It could have been the jibby jabber, yeah. Could have been. Could have been. So she said she later found out it was her dog. So I thought that she knew the dog. Okay. So that's Penny. Penny Fletcher gave, not me, we're talking about the other Penny. Hello, Rachel. Gave evidence today at the inquest. Okay, now we have 3:36 this afternoon. We're now going to hear what Paul Ansell said. Now, Paul Ansell is the partner who I think is extremely suspicious, in my opinion. Okay. A lot of people think he did it. I'm not sure. Do you know what, right? And I've said this before. I'm starting to think more and more that he wasn't actually involved in it as such, but he may have been a bit of a, not a very nice partner. Now, I'm coming from this view from what people have told me. So I've been contacted by a lot of different people who all say the same thing. Not one person that I've spoken to who knew Nicola has said anything nice about Paul. He was known in their circles as, hello, ghost. He was known in those circles as Pissy Paul because he used to pee himself. Please be aware who's in chat. What? Hello, Cindy, love. He used to be known as Pissy Paul because he used to pee himself. Now, that's what we were told. And he was also apparently a cokehead. Now, this is all allegedly. This is all what other people have said, not me. I'm not accusing him of being that. But a lot of them were calling him Pissy Paul because of the drug problem. Again, I don't know if this is true. Okay. He was known in, I've been contacted by people that knew Nicola. Is my sound no good? Can we just do a quick sound check? If you can't hear me very well, let me know. I can turn the microphone up. Yeah, he was, when this first happened, as soon as Nicola went missing, that was when a lot of this information came out. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Free Speech and Julia. Julie, thank you, darling. Thank you, guys. Sound is good. So the people thank you, Cindy. The people who knew Nicola and Paul initially, when this first happened and she first went missing, people who knew them said that he was known as Pissy Paul. That is just a fact. I've still got the screenshots that people were saying. It all got deleted after. Okay. So Paul Ansell, here we go, Pissy Paul. Nicola Bulley's partner said she's struggling after finding out her phone and dog were discovered by a bench. Let's just get this straight. Hang on a minute. Let me just rewind. Okay. Rewind. Can we get a rewind? Sorry. A partner said she's struggling. Huh? To who? To the police? To who? She's struggling after finding out. That doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't it be she was struggling? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Right. She's struggling after finding out a phone and dog were discovered by a bench, the inquest has heard. Susan Jones, a retired care worker. So is this somebody at the school? I'm not sure. Susan Jones, a retired care worker, told the court that around 10 a.m. on January the 27th this year, that she received a call from Penny Fletcher. This is Bad Penny, not me, who had discovered Willow and the phone. So hang on a minute. We rewind a little bit. Penny said, not me, Penny said that she later found out the dog belonged to Nicola. So why would she ring the school if she didn't know, if she did not know that Willow was Nicola Bulley's dog? If she didn't know, then why would she ring the school? Doesn't make any sense. It goes on. She then bumped into Anne Marie, who is Penny's daughter-in-law. Just block the trolls, please, guys. Not Diane. Diane's awesome. Anyone talking about the plague and rabbits, just block them. Idiots. I ain't got patience. Told the court around 10 a.m. on January the 27th that she received a call from Penny Fletcher, who had discovered Willow and the phone. So they're saying that Nicola drowned between 9:18 in the morning and 9:30. So if Penny was ringing the school at 10 o'clock in the morning, why would you ring the school? If you rang the school at 10 a.m. in the morning, she would have had to have been there before that. So between 9:30 and 10, Penny turned up. Now, surely, if you found a phone that was apparently still connected to a works call, even though the call had ended, it was still connected, that would mean that the phone was unlocked, because how would you know it was connected to a works call? If the phone was unlocked, it wouldn't be hard, it wouldn't take a rocket scientist to get into the phone and see whose phone it is. Okay? Look, guys, look, if you don't like my coverage, there's plenty of other YouTubers covering this, all right? I'm doing this my way. You can't please all the people all the time. So if you don't like my coverage, there's so many different people covering this, okay? I'm not going to change what I'm doing for one or two people. I'm just going to continue. The people that are moaning, feel free to go and do your own live stream and cover it the way that you want to cover it. But this is my channel and I'm covering it how I want to cover it. Okay. Right. So why would Penny ring the school? If you found a dog and a phone, you could very easily go into the phone, find some photos. Yeah, it's a bit nosy, but if you found a phone, you could very easily do that and find out whose phone it was. Why would you ring the school? She must have known it was Nicola's phone. She must have to ring the school. Or did Penny check the phone for an SOS contact? What they call it, ICE, don't they? Okay, it goes on. Anne-Marie spoke on the phone and said that he, Mr. Ansell, said she's struggling. I don't understand that. Thank you, folks. So, right, hang on a minute. She bumped into Anne-Marie. Who's this retired care worker? This is so confusing, right? So we have, she bumped into Anne-Marie. So who is Susan Jones? Because it says Susan Jones, a retired care worker, told the court that around 10 a.m. she received a call from Penny Fletcher. She then bumped into Anne-Marie. So Susan Jones bumped into Anne-Marie, who recognised a photograph of Miss Bulley and her family on the phone lock screen. So it was locked then. So it wasn't connected to a call. She then rang the local school before speaking to Miss Bulley's partner, Paul Ansell. Can you see how mumble jumbled this is? It's to purposely confuse you so that your brain hurts from trying to work it all out and you just stop trying to work it out. That's, to me, this is just ridiculous. All right. She then rang the local school before speaking to Miss Bulley's partner. Who's she? We have 3 people here, right? Yeah, thank you for doing that, 10 minutes. We have 3 people here involved. We have Penny Fletcher. We have Anne-Marie Fletcher, who is her daughter-in-law. And then we have this Susan Jones, a retired care worker, in this one section. Does that mean that there was 3 people giving evidence at the same time? It seems to me they're trying to confuse us. I'm going to read that bit out again for the last time because it's confusing. You ready? Nicola Bulley's partner said she's struggling after finding out her phone and dog were discovered by a bench. Okay. Susan Jones. If you, by the way, you've got to sub for 10 minutes to be in the chat now. All right. So if you can't talk, you've got to subscribe, guys. We're trying to stop the trolls. Okay. So Susan Jones, who is Susan Jones? Does she work for the school? What is she? A retired care worker. Told the court that around 10 a.m. she received a call from Penny Fletcher. So Penny Fletcher rang someone called Susan Jones, who had discovered Willow. So Penny found the dog and the phone, rang someone called Susan Jones, saying, we don't know who Susan Jones is. I've never heard of this before. So she rang Susan Jones and said, I found a phone and a dog, a harness, found a harness, and where's the lead? Piss off. It's bloody fly, sorry. Okay. She then bumped into Anne-Marie. So Anne-Marie, who bumped into Anne-Marie? Did Penny bump into Anne-Marie or did Susan Jones bump into Anne-Marie? This is purposely confusing and you can see what they're doing here. They're changing it a little bit to suit their narrative. Okay. Who then recognised a photo of Miss Bulley and her family. So who is she? So she bumped into Anne-Marie. Penny Fletcher or Susan Jones? We don't know. This is very confusing. Who recognised a photograph. Now, if the phone was connected to a Teams call, it wouldn't be locked, would it? It goes on. Since then, she then rang the local school. So that's when she rang the school before speaking. Who's she? Again, who's she? Is she Susan Jones? Is she Penny Fletcher? Or is she Anne-Marie Fletcher? She then rang the local school. So Susan's the sister, you say, before speaking to Miss Bulley's partner. So who's she? Okay, so it's Miss Jones that rang the partner. Miss Jones told the inquest Anne-Marie spoke on the phone. Right, okay, Anne-Marie, and said that Mr. Ansell, said she's struggling. My brain hurts trying to work this out, guys. It really does. This is insane. It's really badly written. It's really badly written. I like the way that there's pictures on here, though. We've got photos with it as well. Okay, the next key event was at 6 minutes past 4. Now we're going to hear about the scream. All right. So, 2 women have told the inquest. 2 women who have told the inquest into the death of Nicola Bulley of hearing a scream near the riverside on the morning that she vanished. So we now have a scream. Okay. This is a bit strange, isn't it? Nurse Helen O'Neill said that she was with her dogs in the garden of her house on Allotment Lane, not far from a path that leads to the bench overlooking the River Wyre where Miss Bulley disappeared, where they're saying that she disappeared. She told the inquest, I heard a scream. It's not an alarming noise. Well, I think a scream is an alarming noise, but there you go. It was just over in a couple of seconds. I'm quite used to hearing the children in the school out the back, but it was not that noise. So this was a nurse. Have you noticed how they're all nurses, teachers, care workers? Okay. So this was a witness who heard a scream. Apparently, it wasn't an alarming scream, and it was not the children. So it's not the right. Who here hears a scream at like 9:30 in the morning ish? You hear a scream. It's not the children's. It's not a normal scream. You don't do anything. Why wasn't this scream mentioned before? Why didn't the police talk about this scream? Surely this scream gives the exact time when Nicola went missing. But I vividly remember, this is what she said, Nurse Helen O'Neill. I vividly remember thinking it's unusual at this time. In my head, I had two females walking along by the river and one jumped out on the other. Are you shitting me? So she hears this scream, but it wasn't an alarming scream. And she thought in her head, it's just two women messing about by the river and one jumps out on the other one. Okay. Good night, Kate, darling. Lots of love. Have a nice day off tomorrow. Oh, long day tomorrow. Oh, we'll have a lovely time, sweetheart. Okay. I didn't think anything of it until later on. I'm quite used to hearing the children scream. Okay, I've read that bit, sorry. There were no other signs for me to be concerned about. This is just... She went, Sarah. Nick Penny was there today giving evidence. So this nurse had a psychic vision, I don't know what else to call it, a vision in her head, that it was two women messing about. Yeah, why two women? Why not a man and a woman? Why not a woman on her own who's been attacked? You couldn't make this shit up, no, Mel. So this nurse hears a scream, puts it down to two women who she can't see pretending to jump out on each other. Okay. A second witness called Veronica Clazen. Hang on. Clazen? Yeah, Clazen. Okay. So a second witness, Veronica Clazen, a housewife and club secretary for the village tennis club. Have you noticed they're all involved somehow with the village? You know, tennis club, school, nurse, caretaker. Do you know what I mean? There's no sort of like just randoms who aren't involved in anything to do with the village. It's just a bit, you know? Anyway, she didn't see it, Cereza. She imagined it in her head. That was her words. Just to go back, it says, in my head, I vividly remember thinking it's unusual at this time. In my head, I had two females walking along by the river, and one jumped out on the other in her head. Okay. So, the second witness, Veronica Clazen, a housewife and club secretary for the village tennis club, said, I was just about to get into the car and I heard a scream, a very short scream. And my immediate thought was, "Oh my god, listen to this, folks. Somebody is having a bit of fun at the back of the graveyard." She thought there was 2 people bonking in the graveyard. Because what else would she mean by a bit of fun? That's what it says. A very short scream. My immediate thought was, somebody is having a bit of fun at the back of the graveyard. Well, what that well, somebody would mean one person. Hang on a minute. What? Somebody is having a bit of fun at the back of the graveyard. To me, that means a bit of fun at the back of the graveyard is like having a bit of fun at the back of the bike sheds, isn't it? I don't know what that means. Why would you? She said it was an inhale scream. Oh, you can scream inhaling now. Let's all have a go at doing this. I know. I can't believe what I'm hearing either. Free speech. It was an inhale scream, like a sharp intake of breath. Are they saying that it was somebody having an orgasm? Is that what they're saying? Let's just call it what it is. Are they saying it was somebody having an orgasm? Let me try and do an inhale scream, okay? I can't do it. Anybody else do an inhale scream? A scream is an outward noise, like "Ah!" or I don't know what to say here. I'm just trying to are they trying to say that they thought this woman who was getting in her car is saying that she thought that somebody was having a no. Hang on a minute. Now, if you hear this, she says somebody, not some people. So if you're doing an inhale scream and you're on your own, then you're having a bit of a what's it on your own. Okay. A mass debate. This is getting worse. This is getting more strange by the moment. I don't know what else to say. I just tried to do an inhale scream, says Sandra. I've just tried. I can't do it. How you doing, Bridget, love? I can't do it. I don't know what else to say, guys. You know, I don't know what else to say. Right, it goes on. Sorry about this, folks. I'm not trying to what's the word? You know, I'm not meaning to do this, but I don't know. I'm trying to work out. Oh yeah, there's going to be 590 people who've just tried to do an inhale scream. Um, but that's what I'm getting here. All right. So it was an inhale. My chest is bad now. It was an inhale scream and a sharp intake of breath. There's lots of reasons, Danny, which I'm not going to get into at the moment. But we're just reading out this. All right. We couldn't make this shit up, folks. I need my inhaling after that. My chest is really bad. It it it's impossible. Okay, so we're just trying to get round to the facts. We're trying to tell. We're reading out what happened during the inquest. I'm not going to come out with any of my conclusions until after tomorrow. But who's just been hidden? Hang on. I don't think they needed to be hidden. No, they didn't. Please don't hide people for no reason. The only people that need hiding are the trolls, proper trolls that come in talking about bloody COVID and rabbits, which is just obviously trolling. But I've sorted it out, Jane. I've unhidden. They were actually hidden, not even just timed out. They were hidden. Please don't hide people unless it's an obvious troll. Okay, so right, Fitbit watch. This was at 4:41, and it says Fitbit watch and car keys were recovered, thank you, Jane, along with the body. Yeah, I will be asking. Thank you, Jane. We did. She wasn't timed out. She was blocked though, or he was completely blocked for some reason. Don't know why. Okay. So the Fitbit, and the car keys were with the body. Okay. It says a senior police officer who investigated her disappearance has said, thank you, Axel, asked what was found with her body on the 19th of February. Detective Superintendent Rebecca Smith told the inquest her Fitbit watch and a set of Mercedes car keys. Now, if you remember back in time, Paul said during one of his interviews that he had contacted Mercedes because they have these little trackers. They're all right, trailing. They're just having a laugh. Because that's what I've just had to do the same. But even if they were making sexual comments, they need to block people for that. And you can just delete the comment. And then if they continue, you can time them out. Don't block people unless it's an obvious troll, which we've had in. So the bad confirmation, which we were already told about, it was leaked that the keys and the watch were found with her body. That was leaked out. So that just proves that some of the stuff that's been leaked out has turned out to be true. You know? Okay. The Fitbit watch stopped recording steps at 9:30. Nicola Bulley's Fitbit watch stopped recording steps beyond 9:30 a.m. on the day she disappeared. This is all very convenient. A digital specialist for Lancashire Police have said. Thank you for the hearts, by the way, guys. It's an agitator to try and disrupt the stream. DC Keith Green. Hang on. Detective Constable Keith Greenhole. Hang on a minute. The digital expert is another police officer. Shouldn't they have an independent one? Should we be having an independent like digital expert that doesn't work for the police? It just so happened that the digital expert who worked for the police says it stopped recording footsteps at exactly the time when the police guessed that Nicola went in the water. And then we had the orgasm scream. When was the orgasm scream? Because we haven't got an exact time for the orgasm scream. So we've had an orgasm at the back of the churchyard, and we've had a scream of somebody who imagined in their head two women jumping out on each other at the river. Hello, just me 23, darling. How you doing? Hello, everyone coming in. My brain hurts. Okay. The phone was, hang on a minute, it was an iPhone. So, told the inquest, Nicola Bulley's iPhone was recovered from a bench. So, when we were told it was on the floor, they've got rid of that and they've gone to the bench. Okay. Her phone was intact. Does anyone know whether her phone was waterproof? Her phone was intact. There was no sign it had been in the water. They're both, in my opinion, they're both idiots, Belinda. I'm sorry. Idiots. I ain't got time, patience. It's crazy, isn't it, Nikki? They just want attention, attacking each other for attention. Need to grow the fuck up. They're grown men. One of them's attacking me and one of them's nicking my work. Yeah, the Mercedes tracker. Now, Paul said, one of my earlier coverage on this, read an article where Paul said that when she was missing, that he was contacting Mercedes because there's a tracker in all their keys. Thank you, Reform BBC. Well, let me show you comment, but I can see it now. Okay. I don't know how you inhale a scream, Donna. It's a new one on me. I've just tried and it made me choke and my asthma bad. So the phone there's no sign the phone went in the water. Excuse me. Now, listen to this. Speaking about a Fitbit, he went on, this was a copper. My initial thoughts were that the device lost power on the February the 4th. Are they talking about the Fitbit now? Yeah. Okay. So they say in here, the Fitbit had power until the 4th of February. Now, Candlemas was on the 2nd of February and we had Shit Creek taped off on the 3rd of February. Okay, highly unlikely. You are unblocked now. I apologise for that, in case you're wondering. So, if the Fitbit went in the water with Nicola on the 27th of January, those Fitbits aren't waterproof. She only had the Fitbit Versa. Just remember that. She didn't have the, I don't think they're waterproof. I'll need to double check. So if it went in the water, well, no, not shallow water, Frankie, because she's been down the river. Is it? The new one's waterproof. Mine wasn't. Oh, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, but in the water for 23 days. Mine wasn't, but I must have had an older one. Okay. So it lost power on the 4th of Feb. So I don't think that a Fitbit would stay in the water for around 7 to 8 days. Yeah, there's waterproof, but usually waterproof means submerged up to so much water, but it's not designed to stay in the water, is it? It's this, they say for like 20 minutes and stuff. And they don't last very long either. They die after about a day. So for it to be in the water for all that time, it managed to stay going for yeah, mine was shit as well. That's why I got rid of it. Yeah, versus the cheap one, I thought so. They're water resistant. There's no way that a Fitbit would stay in, even a waterproof phone. Yeah, you can submerge them in water and they won't break, but to keep them in the water for 8 days, I don't think it would still be working. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. The battery wouldn't last that long either. She weren't in the water, in my opinion, and I've said this so many times. Okay, but there were no further steps recorded beyond. Now, you know what? This is interesting here because you can see that this person's backtracked. Because look, speaking about her Fitbit, he went on, my initial thoughts that were the device lost power on the 4th of Feb. Now, if you remember, when all this was still going on and she was missing, that's what they come out and said, that it lost power on the 4th of Feb. Because what they're having to do is designed, how can I put this? They've sort of changed the narrative to suit their new conclusion. So it wouldn't make any sense if they said initially they thought it lost power on the 4th of February. But now they're saying there was no recorded footsteps after 9:30 on the 27th of January. So why this contradictory? It's all contradictory. And at the end of the day, you can drop these things in water, but I don't think they last 8 days underwater. And I'm sorry, but this orgasm behind a graveyard is just utterly ridiculous. Okay. 5:20. Went on till quite late, didn't it? Nicola Bulley possibly fell into the water at 9:22 now, they're saying. DC Keith Green Hall, I think it's Hall, I don't know. Halgh, said that he believes that Nicola fell in the water between 9:18 and 9:30. Now, this is their digital expert, remember, who isn't independent. He told the inquest analysis of her iPhone and Fitbit watch data suggests she very possibly entered the water at 9:22. So they've given another exact time. Where's Emma as well? Emma's not there. I think she's keeping a low profile. Why? Why is she keeping a low profile after she was everywhere, front and centre? She's probably been told, keep your head down because you're giving everything away. Okay, 6:31. This was this evening. 10 things we learned from the inquest as proceedings close for the day. As the first day, you'd think she would have been giving evidence, though, because every other bugger's giving evidence, aren't they? As the first day of Nicola Bulley's inquest comes to a close, several key revelations have come to light. The proceedings, overseen by Coroner Dr. James Adderley, are set to continue tomorrow. Among those speaking today were Home Office pathologist Alison Amore, while partner Paul Ansell, sister Louise Cunningham, and parents Ernest and Dot Bulley sat in the public gallery. So Louise didn't give evidence then. Okay. So, right. At 4 minutes past 8, it says Nicola Bulley's Fitbit gave a heart rate output for 8 days after she drowned. So this is going to be a tough one for them to try and bullshit. All right. This is going to be a tough one. Nicola's Fitbit is believed to have lost power on February the 4th. As no further data has been obtained beyond that point. And when it was placed on charge, it displayed that date. It's okay, Sharon. You're welcome to pop up now if you want. On January the 27th, between 8 and 9:30, the Fitbit recorded 4,548 steps. After 9:30, no further steps were recorded. Now, listen to this bit. Would love you to pop up, Sharon, and give us your take. Listen to this, folks. DC Keith Greenhall, whoever his name is, told the inquest a possible explanation for Nicola's Fitbit continuing to provide heart rate output sporadically until the 4th of Feb. So for 8 days after she went missing, there was a heart rate detected. When did they release this information? They're now saying they're trying to explain it, but they haven't made a big point of this. So she had a heart rate for 8 days. Yeah. A possible explanation. Well, surely, if it's a possible explanation, why didn't you tell us earlier on in the proceedings that there was a heart rate for 8 days? So they're now trying to explain something that they've never even told us about. A possible explanation for Nicola's Fitbit continuing to provide heart rate until the 4th of Feb could be as a result of the movement, listen to this, folks, movement of water passing between the device and Nicola's wrist. Testing on intimate objects provided similar results when there was a movement in the water. So she had a heart rate for 8 days. This is horrendous. This is absolutely ridiculous. So she had a heart rate, and he's put here, the way he's put it is could be a result. So yeah, hello Leanne. Thank you for being a member. Apparently, now why at any point haven't they said, by the way, Nicola had a heart rate for 8 days. They've now tried to sort of get that bit in quick and said one of the possible explanation. But when did you actually tell us about the heart rate? You didn't tell us. You're trying to explain something we didn't even know about. Oh, fuck. They're messing with my brain. My brain hurts just trying to. Skip Paul was the 3rd of February. Shit Creek. Fucking hell. So there you go. So she had a heart rate, an intermittent heart rate. Okay, I'll send you the I'll pop it into chat. Do you want it in chat or do you want it privately? But I'm not taking anybody up. So I don't want people just jumping on. I'm going to send it to you privately, darling. Hold on. Just give me a minute, folks. Give me a minute. Go and put the kettle on or anything. If you need to get a drink, go and get it now. Or maybe you need a stiff one. Send Sharon. Our Sharon, we're going to see what Sharon was there. Okay. Right. What's this? Sharon's just sent me a message. Let me just read this. Hold on. That's interesting, Sharon, what you've just told me there. I don't know if we can mention that. Should we wait until the inquest is over? Sharon's just sent me some very interesting information. Sharon met True Finders today as well. I think it was Joanne. Joanne and Michelle from Truth Finders, two lovely ladies, really nice ladies. Johnny Knockpowell, of course. Us conspiracy theorists that they like to call us. We keep being proven right, don't we? This inquest is creating. I think it's all about confusion. Now, think about it, right? They've waited this long for it, in my opinion, anyway, because by now people don't give a shit anymore. People just yeah, but Terry, in the water, let's be realistic now. In the water, it wouldn't last 8 days. And they're not designed to be kept under the water. There you are, True Finders. Isn't Sharon lovely? Did Michelle go as well, sweetheart? Or are you Michelle? Which one are you? Did you both go? I was just talking about you. Lovely ladies. Right, I've sent Sharon the link. If you need it in chat, Sharon, I'll put it in the chat. So we're just waiting for our Sharon to pop up. Sharon was there today. So she's going to give her thoughts. Yeah, it's to confuse us and it's to make us not give a shit anymore. Hello, Julia, darling. Just Joe. Okay. Are you Michelle, darling? I know you both. I've spoke to you both. Okay, we're just waiting for our Sharon. So far, what are people thinking now? We've got tomorrow. So what I'll do, I'll go live tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Hello, Michelle, love. We'll go live tomorrow about about 11:30ish, 12. What we did today. Can't see my text, can't find my glasses, says D Charger. Sharon, you've got the link, darling. Let me just message her. Do you hang on? Do you want it? Sorry, I'm just messaging it in live chat. Sharon's not here, is she? Right. Click link, follow instructions. Or I can ring you, Sharon, and we can speak over the phone and people can listen. So we're just waiting for Sharon to come up. So we've now found out that the Fitbit was having a heart rate. Surely, right, a bit of water splashing between the wrist and the Fitbit wouldn't equate to a heart rate. So these are the key events summary. Nicola Bulley's Fitbit gave a heart rate output for 8 days after she drowned. There was a scream. 2 separate witnesses heard a scream. One of them was an orgasm from behind the churchyard. The other one was in her head, 2 women jumping out on each other at the side of the river. Partner's heartbreaking words after hearing her phone was found on the bench. So I think Paul did give evidence today. Nicola died of drowning and was alive when she entered the water. So they are definitely going with the narrative that Nicola was in the water for 23 days. Nothing to see here. There's lots of reasons, Danny. There could be, she could have had a heart attack from the prick. What I think probably, now this is just a theory, is that they thought that Nicola had just fallen in straight away, nothing to see here, nothing at all, can't get linked to work. Okay, I'll drop it in the live chat. Hang on. So we want to get Sharon's take. If Sharon was there today for us, our roving reporter. Okay. Well, it said that Paul was on today. She could have found something out. Didn't they? Okay. She could have found something out about the drug problem in the area. We know that, well, according to people that knew Paul, he was Pissy Paul because he used to do coke and piss himself, is what we've been told anyway by several people that knew him. Okay. There has been people contacting me who has said that Nicola changed when she met Paul. All right. So that is, I can't give you out any more information than that because I'm waiting for the rest of the inquest. But as I say, I have been contacted from people who knew Nicola, and one in particular knew Nicola when she was with her ex-husband, and Nicola completely changed when she met Pissy Paul. She was no longer allowed to have friends. She completely changed, according to one person who's got in contact with me. Don't know. I've not heard that, Julius, darling. So hopefully Sharon can get on. Sharon, if not, I'll give you a ring, darling, and we can just talk over the phone. And we'll leave the microphone. It's terrible, isn't it, Blackjack? It's just awful. That's what they said. When she first went missing, this was all over Facebook. All over Facebook that she was Pissy Paul. Hello, Diane, love. No one blocked Diane. Right. Yeah, and there was mud in the throat as well. Hello, someone's just messaged me. Hold on. Oh, it's somebody else. Hang on. Right. Yeah, I've been sent this information about another person. Hang on. Someone's sending me some information now. There was a case of somebody in 2015, a woman who was exactly the same thing happened. They did a full inquest, nothing to see here, nothing's gone on, and it was just an accident. And then 3 years later, they paid for a second opinion, and it turned out that What? Some of the descriptions causing distress. These aren't my descriptions. Like I've just said, these are what I've read online. Okay? These are not my descriptions. It's online. That's what people were calling him, not me. Okay? Penny, I'm really praying they know the truth. I agree. I agree. Okay, yeah. So some of the people that are saying, why would they cover this up? I believe that when they said that Nicola had just fallen in, that they actually found Nicola at Skippool. All right. That's what I believe. I believe that they found her then. They realised how wrong they had got this and that she never, ever just fell in and that she'd been murdered and the victim of a satanic ritual. And when they realised this, if the police had come out and said, after all the coverage we've been saying that she's just fallen in, the dog was chasing the tennis ball, blah, 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 and actually she was murdered and we got the whole thing wrong, can you imagine how stupid they look? They would look so stupid. So they would do this mass cover-up and suddenly find the body. Hello, Janet, love. Yeah, Martin is not being too good today. It's a massive cover-up. They could have found out that it was part of some sort of Freemasonry. We don't know. I just don't believe for one moment that she just fell in. And it just seems that every little piece of evidence now is all saying, Martin couldn't go today though. He wasn't feeling too well. I think that the police cocked up, and now if the police did tell the truth, that what they really found when they found at Shit Creek at Skippool on the 3rd of Feb, which was the day after Candlemas, if they admitted that she was found there, can you just imagine how bad they would become? Lady Lulu, you were gifted it, darling. You get a month free, and then it's up to you. It'll just end. If you want to carry it on, you can. It's up to you. Janet Empress gifted a load of memberships. I didn't even see it happen, so I missed it. Sharon, I'm going to just ring her, okay? So just bear with me. I'm going to give our Sharon a ring. Because I don't think she can get on. All right. Oh, no, she's here. Hold on. Device not connected. Right. You need to approve the audio, Sharon. So it'll ask you to accept you have to accept StreamYard allowing access to your microphone. So Sharon is here, but I can't get her on yet. It says device not connected. They are corrupt. They are. How you going to Co-TV? You all right? It's all right, Sarah, darling. Are you okay? Right, Sharon, you're not connected. No, you're not. Hang on a minute. I thought you was. I know that loads of people were gifted memberships. Right, Sharon, I can't add you to the stream. You've not accepted something. I'm gonna kick you and try again. All right? Try again, darling. Try again. It's not letting me add you. So we've been going just over an hour. We've done as much as we can today, but we are going to get the opinion of Sharon before we go. And then we'll be back on tomorrow. I've been live 3 times today, guys. Worked my ass off today. You all right?
I just need to look at this.
Well, what is it?
This is cake.
Hang on a minute, guys.
Just I can't see. I need to get my glasses fixed. I can't see enough.
What are we looking at? Sorry.
Is it okay for me to give them a slide?
Okay, just give me 1 minute. We're just waiting for our Sharon. How long's it been here? A week. Tuesday it was here. Be a week tomorrow. Looks fine.
Right. Okay. All right.
All right.
There's areas there you see. Toppings come off, and I couldn't work out whether it is the topping that's come off and what and the reason.
It'll be fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Could I have a cuppa, please, babe?
Yeah.
Well, when you get a moment, you don't have to do it now. Just yeah. So we've worked really right today. I've worked my arse off. So 3 times I've been live. Working for your carrots today. Yeah, can I just say as well, we had some more stuff, more treaties for the bunnies coming today. So thank you so much. Right. Yeah, because it's so hot, Jane, you know. And yeah, and just to confirm, yeah, the man in black. We need to find out more about the man in black. And just to confirm, these are not my descriptions of Pissy Paul. This is other people. Yeah, so I've worked my arse off today, and I'm going to be working my arse off tomorrow as well. Now, there was nothing about the man in black. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and find out. That will be waiting for our Sharon, and then I'll ring her. Yeah, that cake's usually fine for a week. Okay, let me just... We have found some more information on the man in black. Just give me a minute. Who is the man in black? Now, I've had a few people contacting me today saying the man in black. Now, do you remember that fisherman who was acting all weird and suspect? And someone accused him in the chat, or 2 people said he was suspicious. And then he started trolling me and making videos on me. That fisherman. I've had people again contacting me today saying that they suspect he's involved. Now, look, that isn't me saying that. That is other people. People need to work out, excuse me, people need to work out the difference between stuff that's in the public domain. Oh, thank you, Jane. And stuff that you're repeating and stuff that I'm saying from my opinion. All right. And I'm told that he was nicknamed Pissy Paul. Okay. Yeah, we should. We should put a Fitbit in the river. Someone should take one for the team. Yeah, it's for Jack. It's just for my little boy. He has to have special. Hello, Susie, love. Exactly. Was the fisherman in the graveyard doing rude things to himself, inhaling screams? Yeah, so basically, just to add about the cake, my little boy has celiac disease and he has dairy milk protein allergy intolerance. So he has to have a whole cake for himself. Can only buy whole cakes, this specialist bakery. So it lasts a week. And that was what I was asking. Okay, now this, we've heard about this man in black sighting. So that wasn't mentioned on that rundown then. So I'm just got a quick search for this. Who is the man in black? So here's the link to this. Here, I'm just going to pop it in the chat. Yeah. Pissy Paul. Okay. Yeah, I've worked my butt off today. So, but if anyone does donate, I'm going to give it to the bunnies as always. All right. Right. A sighting of a man dressed in black was reported to Lancashire Constabulary after the disappearance of Nicola Bulley. An inquest into the mom of two's death heard evidence from a dog walker called Richard Fife, who was among the last people to see Nicola alive. Now, I've been sat on this, guys, because I knew about this. Somebody, I'm not going to say who, got in contact with me at 237 likes. Remember to hit the like button, folks, if you don't mind. Helps me out. Somebody got in touch and said that they found out who this dog walker was. I think it was at the top field. It was an older man, and they contacted him. And I had all of his details at the very beginning of this, right? But I've kept it quiet because I didn't want to put this man at risk. So now he's been named. I can tell you now that I did have this guy's name. I'm not sure what Sharon's trying to do. Just go in as going under YouTube. It's just click as YouTube. Don't make an account. Okay, so this sighting was by this Richard Fife, and he was the last person, I think, to see Nicola. Mr. Fife was unable to attend the inquest, but his statement was read out on his behalf. That's interesting. I wonder why he couldn't attend, because even Bad Penny went through video link. His statement explained he was walking his dog on the field close to where the mortgage advisor was last seen, as she walked her dogs following the school run. He knew her well enough to say hello to her, and they often see each other, should be seen while out walking. According to Mr. Fife's statement, he saw Nicola from a distance between 9:10 and 9:20 that morning as she was looking at her phone. Mr. Fife went on to explain that he saw a male he referred to as a man in black as he walked towards where he saw Nicola. Clearly this man doesn't want to be identified, does he? I know we've got his name now. I just find it interesting that is not there or video link. As a man in black, as he walked towards where he saw Nicola and assumed he was waiting for a lift. That's a funny place to be hanging around, isn't it, on that bench? I'll ring you, Sharon. We can talk over the phone if you want. People should be able to hear. Mr. Fife said he then saw him again on his way back and that he was dressed all in black and possibly a beanie hat. They do like their woolly hats over there, and was about 6'1" tall. That's a very, very good description. Exactly 6'1". You wouldn't say that, would you? You'd say, around 6 foot, just over 6 foot. Paul's about 6 foot as well. Pissy Paul. So we could have seen Emma, as it's usually the fog you recognise. I don't mean she wasn't a black. It wasn't a black wife beater, was it? Yeah, I just find it really, really strange. Like, over 6 foot, 6 foot tall, something like that. Right. So Sharon can't get on. This could be Paul, like we've already found inconsistencies in his reports of how he got to, of when he got to the gym and when he got there, and the timings don't add up. Anyway, Mr. Fife said that he saw him again on his way back and that he was dressed all in black and a beanie hat. Mr. Fife thought it was strange he was still there, according to his statement. Then he got in his car and drove off. Who's he, Mr. Fife or the man in black? He then got in his car and drove off. And when he drove past, this was Mr. Fife, where the man in black had been, he was gone. After hearing that Nicola had gone missing, Mr. Fife reported his sighting of the man in black to the police. Why didn't the police tell us about the man in black? We were told about a couple of fishermen, but we were told not to worry about that. Hello, Barry. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Yeah, no one gives exact heights. Does anyone know whether Paul Ansell is exactly 6'1"? That would be interesting, wouldn't it, if he was? The fisherman does have a beanie hat. This is very, very, very interesting, guys. Very interesting. Hello, Unity calling. I'm just catching chat. Sharon, try again, darling. If not, I'll ring you, love. He reported it to the police. The inquest earlier heard evidence that there was no sign of a third party, hello Mark, involvement in her death, and that she is not believed to have been assaulted or attacked in any way. The hearing has also heard she had not drunk alcohol prior to her death. So this raging alcoholic didn't have any alcohol in her apart from what bacteria had caused from the water, which created alcohol, apparently. All right. It was me, Terry Knowles. Drowning experts gave evidence that indicated she would likely have been unconscious within seconds. As such, she would not have been conscious by the time her body reached the first escape point. Pathologists recorded a cause of death as drowning. This is just ridiculous. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to hear. I'm not quite sure tomorrow's going to be a full day. I think they'll probably be finishing early. Who's the man in black? Is it Paul? It just doesn't. What are they going to say tomorrow? Are they going to say, right, we know they're going to say there was no third party involvement. Oh, sorry, we've got some more witnesses tomorrow as well. We're waiting for Sharon, yeah. I might just ring her. And what water was in her lungs? Was it fresh water or was it salt water? Because depending on where she was, which side of the weir she was, if she died in salt water. Hello, Mama Bear love. If she died in salt water or if she died in fresh water. Tomorrow, I think they will say, I've been thinking suicide, but after today, I think they're going to say it was an accident. After what I've heard today, that she fell in, drowned after 2 breaths, and now I've been told that Nicola, and one of her old school friends have told me this, that Nicola was a very good swimmer, a very, very good swimmer. Now, we've also got, hello everyone coming in, we've also got the guy who did this, what do they call it now? This, I forgot what it's called. It's walking in the river. There's a channel on it and I've seen it before and I'll show it tomorrow. I'll find it and we'll watch it tomorrow. Of this team of walking swimmers or whatever you want to call it. And he walks that river. Almost the entire river is walkable, apart from one tiny bit. It's that shallow. It's walkable. I am struggling to see how she drowned in that water and couldn't get out. Now, we need someone to go down to the bench and take some photos. Don't fall in. Take some photos of the water next to the bench. What does it look like? Now, we've been told that there's rocks there and it's very easy to grab onto. I can't get my head around it. If you fell in water, even though it was freezing cold, they're saying that she hit the water, her body seized up instantly. It's actually got a name. It's like a sport or something. Oh, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. Oh, blimey. Anglo-Saxon. The suspicions now. I'm 6'1" and I often dress in black, but I have an alibi. 3rd stream today, Sister Fair Play. Thank you. I've worked my arse off today, folks. And if anyone does want to donate, it goes to the animals. But I know people have probably want to donate and say thank you, but I'll still spend it on them. So this is just so bizarre, right? Oh, sorry. I'm very tired. So these lot are doing timelines as well. Look, hang on. Let me just.
Sadly, we are now able to confirm that yes.
This is what I hate about these websites. Okay, so this is the timeline that they've given us of everything that's happened. If you are new to the channel and you don't know about this case, I've been covering it from day one. And the reason why I covered it was because I do a lot of news shows and this kept coming up on all the news. and this is why I started covering it, because it was actually on all of the, every night it was on the news. So that's how I started covering it. And then the more I started looking into it, the more bizarre it got. So I'm just having a quick look here. Oh, really tired, folks, now. Blimey. Spotted on this. Now, why wasn't this man in black? Why wasn't we told this straight away? Now, surely when Nicola went missing and this came out, why wasn't this like put out everywhere as information? Look out for this man in black. We wasn't told anything about it. It's nothing about head injuries that I can see. I'm guessing we'll find out tomorrow. But oh, thank you, Lizzie B. I've just seen that, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, we're going to end it there, guys. We've been going over an hour. I'm so tired. Oh, sorry for yawning. We've been going an hour and 22 minutes. So we're now up to date with what's happened today. We know so far. No, Sharon, no. Hang on, let me just ring her. Hold on. Hang on. Just see if I can ring her. Oh, well, I'm really tired. I'm really, really tired, guys. Oh, thank you, DJ Burp. I think I need it. Well, tea. I don't drink coffee.
Hello.
Hello, love. Are you okay? You are on speaker. Just letting you know that we are live.
That's fine. That's fine.
I just want to know, like, we'll try and get it so you can jump on tomorrow, because I know it's not ideal to be on the phone. But so are you okay after today?
Yeah, just tired because I went kind of extra early.
Yeah, you said your first one there, weren't you?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. It was early for me.
And so you're going back tomorrow, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, I'll be there. Same.
So maybe tomorrow night, if we can try and work out how to get you on. What?
Yeah, because I've only got my phone, you see. So, and it's about 5 years old now. It's plus the signal in my house is not very good.
Oh.
I've just changed my internet. It kept saying you might be better plugging it in rather than Wi-Fi, but I don't have any facility. It's just like a mobile unit.
Well, you were fine coming through. It was just it said you didn't. Device not connected means that you haven't accepted the. Did you come?
I kept saying allow.
Did you? Right. Okay.
That's
weird.
It just wouldn't work.
So Sharon's going to be hopefully with us tomorrow night via StreamYard. Hopefully we can sort that out. Just quickly, Sharon, did you see Paul Ansell today?
Yes.
And what did he look like?
Big. 6 foot.
6'1" by any chance?
I'd say easily 6 foot. I would have thought it is quite a big against Nicky.
Yeah,
he would be quite big and strong, I think.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did he look upset? Sorry?
No, I didn't think so.
Right, that's interesting.
Nicky's mum and dad were really listening. The mother was nodding, when they were describing, the processes in the water and things like that. She seems to be nodding and kind of understanding and taking it in, but I couldn't always see him full face because I could see the mother first and then the father and then Nicky's sister and then Paul was next.
So they did
next along, going away from me.
Right. Okay. And did they?
And then there was a guy with glasses, and I knew the face, but I couldn't think who it was. There was sat next to Paul, smaller, no way 6 foot.
I wonder who
Smaller
that
guy
was
with
then. Was there no
glasses.
Emma White there today?
No sign of her. The lady who chased the one that you don't talk about in the red car.
She was. Yeah, I read that she was there. Yeah.
Face. She was there, looking as gloomy as ever.
Yeah.
The other lady, was it Heather? Is it fair hair?
Yeah, Heather Gibbon, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, she was sat because you were given places, so you could end up on your own. So she was sat on her own with nobody next to her.
Right.
Nadia was just in front of me. Nadia fell. Just a row or so in front, not the row in front of me, but the next one. So she was one of the. But the family were lower down, and they came in separate. They sent in all the members of public first. We sat waiting, and then all like the police witnesses, those people came in. They all sat near the front, and then the family came in separate, and then James Adley.
Someone just said that the man with the glasses on might have been the man that set up the GoFundMe who worked with Paul. I forgot what his name was.
Yeah, he looked like, I know, is it Joanne or whoever from the other group?
It was Joe that went, I think.
She was wondering, who it was. We were both wondering, we were suggesting different ones, but it looked like they were kind of friends, I think behind them there was a man and woman. I think they were like maybe like support people for the family, and then they had a group of like legal solicitors and things for the family, I think. And then if anybody that was being like on witness, going through their statements, Adley would ask things, and then they'd pass it to this lady, which was sat behind Nikki's parents, and then she could question. She didn't ask a lot of things, though. On a lot of people, she didn't really ask anything. Odd little bits, but it was very hard to hear. The audio wasn't great at all, really.
Probably done on purpose. Was there a lot of empty seats where people didn't turn up? Thought so.
Yeah, well, when we first went in, the first session, which run late, first when we went in, we were sent into a different chambers, and then they come and said, "Oh, he wants to start early," so he won't probably start about 10 to 10, but then it went on, and then eventually we were sent by groups of about 5, called out our numbers because we all had them on our tag things, and then sent through one room into the main chambers, and to be seated at set places. And then we sat in there and we kept sitting, and it got to about 11:15 before they started. And prior, they were saying he was going to start probably 10 minutes early.
Oh, did you go, Janet? Sorry, Janet said there was only about 30 of us there, so Janet must have gone as well.
Yeah, I think Joanne first, she counted about 20 something, and then I started counting. I counted 32. Later on, after lunch, when the one next to me didn't come back when she said she was just popping out and then coming back, which I never saw her again, so I don't know what happened. But then there seemed a few more, so possibly 35, 40. So I think some more come in the afternoon. Maybe they come late and didn't get in, or what, because they said they will have a cut-off time. And not there by a set time. That's why I didn't go out in the end, because I would have had to go and get my phone. They bagged them all up get that to work again. It's not the greatest one. And then get out of the system, and then you've got to be all security checked again to get in. And I thought, I'm not going to risk. And I'm disabled anyhow, so after sitting along, I wasn't too great for walking far.
Yeah. Oh.
So I thought, no, it's better just to stay in. And we just chatted amongst ourselves. The person I mentioned in the message, chatting to him, and then this lady from Selly Oak who'd come down from come up from Selly Oak.
I find that interesting what you told me. Are you not going to say anything about that until after tomorrow?
Well, we don't know yet, because obviously he didn't have his phone, and he goes, he'd not told anybody. I think he'd done something online somewhere, because I said, I heard something somewhere, but I couldn't remember. There was something going on. He said, no, I've done a lot of investigations or something. He said, but I don't want to tell. I've never mentioned to anybody, but I want to show you something to do with some video.
Someone said that they've got a video. Just to let you know, Janet from our channel was number 148. If that helps, Sharon, for where you were sat.
I was 140.
Oh, right. So you're not that far away at all then.
Yeah, there was the lady next to me, but then there was quite a lot of seats. So there's a lot of space around on my row. I was on the end.
Right. Okay. So you might find out. You might see Janet tomorrow. I'm just going to say that what you told me then. I'm not going to. Obviously, Sharon hasn't seen it yet, but Sharon met someone today who had a very interesting video to show Sharon. Hopefully tomorrow. He contacted the police and the coroner with information. Apparently, he got a response from the coroner after he threatened to show the media. He said he has not shown anybody else. So is he going to show you this footage tomorrow then, Sharon? Yeah. That'll be interesting.
He said, I don't know, at the break or at the end. And he was trembling. He's really worked up about it.
That wasn't that Chris, was it, from Substack, I'm guessing?
I don't know. He sounded. I'm not brilliant with names, to be honest. So people say the name and it goes out. If they say they're a 10-digit number, I remember it, but not a name.
Yeah.
So, but it sounded like northeast accent. He travelled from somewhere because he was staying locally in one of the lodges.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know who it was, but. Do you have to let me know privately what seat number he was on, so I can tell Janet?
Right. I'm trying to think now where he was. He was on the side where all the family were. You know, like the two sides type of thing. So he was on the other side compared to me. But when we had the breaks, and we had like a 10-minute break later on, but. At first, we thought we weren't going to be allowed out of chambers, but then all of a sudden they said, oh, yes, you can. Just go into the ante room and you can sit there and have a drink of water. And like in the main dinner break, they were selling sandwiches in that like ante room as well.
Oh, on GB News, sorry, they've got that Mark William Thomas on now. You know, the one who was suspicious of it all. He's on GB News now. Yeah, GB News just was sub puting. I agree. Someone just said that. Thank you, Jordan. So I'll let you go, Sharon. I'll let you go and get some sleep because you're going to be up again. So you get the bus there.
I'm lying in bed now.
Oh, someone sent me £20 and I need to get it to you.
No, give it to the bunnies.
Oh, they bought 5 carrots, and I said, and I need to get the which she doesn't know yet, Tetley. She's going to see it tomorrow. So if you send me your PayPal, I'll send it over to you.
No.
They want to help towards travelling and lunch.
And the rabbits. Get Jack a treat.
Oh, well, thank you, darling. That's kind. I just don't want you going without, you know. We really appreciate you doing this for us.
I actually went on the bus because my car's been playing up for a long time. I've got lots of issues. So I thought, well, rather than trying to park, and I've got a disabled badge, but just to leave it in Preston town centre, I used my partner's car the other week, and it got broken into, and he got a lot of diagnostic equipment stolen.
That's awful. I'm sorry to hear that, darling.
So I thought, well, no, the bus is just round the next street to where I am, and the bus stops just a few yards away from the county hall. So
right, well, that's not too bad.
When you come out, you just cross the road and the bus pulled up literally, so I got straight on it.
Well, that's good. Well, I can't give it to her if I don't have a PayPal. I can't. It's impossible. Right, okay. I'm gonna let you go then, sweetheart, and then we'll speak again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get you on the stream, but if not, we could also just let me know, guys. How was the call? You know, is it clear? Because obviously it's difficult to do this over the phone, but I'm hoping that you can hear Sharon okay.
I can hear you clear, but
can you guys hear Sharon okay? I'm having to hold the phone up to the microphone. This is just if we can't get Sharon on again tomorrow, we might have to do it this way. But right, Sharon, I'm gonna let you go. Get some rest. I'm gonna get some rest too. And I'll speak to you tomorrow, darling. Lots of love. Oh, they said it's clear, but better with video. Okay. Good night, Sharon. Can we all say thank you to Sharon? Listening. Okay, darling. Lots of love. No night, darling. God bless. No night. Bye-bye. Okay, so that's our Sharon. She's in bed now. She was in the chat. She had a few issues getting on. So that's where we're at today. Now, Mark Williams Thomas is on GB News. Hang on. Hang on. We now know very clearly that the point at which she went into the water, there was no consumption of alcohol, there was no consumption of drugs. But I read in the meantime numerous people on social media who were saying she turned up drunk in the morning, she took kids to school. Right, he's saying that he spoke to several people who said she was turned up drunk in the morning, but there was no alcohol in her. I think he's suspicious as well, isn't he? Anyway, guys, that's it. We're done. Dan Wotton said police evidence. Yeah, I'm going to listen back to this in a minute. Actually, I'm going to rewind this section on Mark William Thomas. I'm going to do it now, actually, before I forget. I'm just going to rewind it. Oh, it's not working. Why isn't it rewinding? Oh, for God's sake, the remote stopped working. Fucking hell. Sorry. Okay, guys, lots of love. Good night. Thank you for hitting the like. I really appreciate you guys, moderators, members, everyone. If you've donated, thank you so much. I've worked my butt off, but I'll give it to the bunnies if you do donate. Thank you, everybody. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow lunchtime for more. God bless. Thank you, our Sharon, as well. Night night.